I'm freaking out. I know these ducks are going to be quite time-consuming. I only have 2.5 hours to feed 20 people today, as well as 3 judges.
You know, like, you don't have a lot of time.
Duck is the worst ingredient I could have been given.
Where you're standing is the old Land, Titles and Treasury Complex in the historic heart of Perth. These days, it's home to some of the top restaurants in Perth. And this is Matt Satori. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
Matt's head chef of one of, or should we say, the best fine dining restaurant in Perth, Wildflower.
We really focus on West Australian ingredients, and in particular, our native West Australian ingredients. So we change our menu throughout the year, and we really try and highlight what's in season and when it's at its best.
I hope you're listening closely to everything that Matt's saying, because today you're preparing a 5-course degustation at Wildflower. And Matt is running the kitchen.
So, you're each going to be responsible for one of those courses. We're looking for a first course, an appetizer. Course 2, a little bit more substantial. Course 3, I suppose the equivalent of a main. Course 4, George's favourite course. It's a transition course. It could be sweet, it could be savoury, it could be cheese, it could be a little of everything. And then finally, the 5th course, the dessert. So talk amongst yourselves and work out who wants to do which course. I think you should see this like a team challenge. Talk about your strengths. Pick the best course you're all suited to, because we'd all like to see you smash it today. So, Nicole, you're doing course 1, Simon, course 2, main course, Christina, Tim, transition, and Larissa, you're doing the dessert. Great.
Right, guys, listen up. Today is a staggered start. Each cook starts 30 minutes apart. Matt's allocated an ingredient for each course that you must feature in your dish. You won't find out what your feature ingredient is until you're in the kitchen and your time starts.
I have to make enough for 20 diners, plus the 3 of us. You have 2.5 hours to cook and prepare your course. You then have to plate up and serve those 23 dishes. We're looking for the best 2 dishes. Whoever cooks those dishes joins Anushka and Tessa in the cook-off for that guaranteed place in finals week.
Anushka and Tessa are looking pretty chuffed standing on the side there. Geez, I'd love to get over there and join them.
Oh, wow, what a great kitchen.
Yeah. Nervous?
A little bit, but I'm kind of excited. Baby beetroots. It's not my favourite thing to eat. OK, I'll have to think of some ideas.
I don't cook with beetroot often, but I'm pretty happy that I have a dish in mind.
2.5 hours starts now.
OK, awesome. My dish is going to be a beetroot salad. So I'm going to have pickled beetroots, roasted beetroots, a beetroot glaze, and some sandalwood nuts through it.
So I'm just peeling the beetroots before I juice them,
Just so that I can get a nice reduction going. I want to have almost like a beetroot vinaigrette kind of thing. Simon, good luck.
Have you had a thought about what you're going to cook yet?
Waiting to see and hopefully be able to get something that would work.
Alrighty. So I think you're the lucky one, mate.
Yes.
So good choice picking second. So you obviously know what these are?
Yeah,
so
of
beautiful
course.
big Marron.
Stunning, aren't
So, you know, these are something that is almost always on the menu, except for when they go into spawn towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So it's a pretty special ingredient for us at Wildflower.
Unreal, I love them. I'm really happy with Marron. It's an amazing ingredient. It's synonymous to Western Australia. I can't wait to start cooking with it. Today I'm going to cut the Marron directly in half and serve the Marron as you see it.
So are you going to scrape the meat out and then cook it and then put it back in? Or
I'd like to cook it like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to cut the Marron down the middle and cook it shell side down on that wood fire to get that wonderful smoky flavour infused into that meat and serve the dish like that. I want to take the coral, which is basically the brains of the Marron, out of the head and make an emulsion out of that and serve that in the head along with some radishes and maybe some persimmon. Matt, do you think half per person?
1 per person.
1 per person?
Yeah.
My biggest worry about today is that cooking this much Marron takes a long time to prep. It's not as easy as it sounds, especially for someone who's not 100% familiar with it.
Alrighty, Christina. So your feature ingredient today is beautiful dry-aged Wajin duck.
Yeah.
So this is something that we always have on the menu all year round. It's a very special ingredient. It's almost one chef's job the whole week just to look after the duck.
I've made my beetroot reduction and I've also made my pickled beetroots. I've got so many more elements to do and time is just going so quickly in this kitchen. We've really got the pressure on us today.
Nicole, you've got 1 hour
I know,
before plates
I know.
need to be on the pass.
I know, yes, thank you. I know. Oh my God. I still need to make the puree. I've got to cut up my heirloom tomatoes. I need to roast my beetroots on the fire.
That's right behind me, just watching me. It's making me really nervous.
There's a lot of time pressure and I just hope I can get it done.
We've got some beautiful finger lime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you've got a couple of different varieties there.
I know how amazing finger limes are. I'd never really heard of them until I came into this competition, but I've tasted them a few times now and they're so lovely. They pop in your mouth and I think I can work with these. The closest I've gotten to making a toasted sandwich for the judges. They've been asking for it, so they're almost getting it today. For my finger lime chutney, I chop up lots of finger limes, get them in the pot with some sugar and water, and then get them on the heat to cook down. It's super important that I really highlight that finger lime today. I don't want it to get lost in the dish, and I definitely want the diners and the judges to know that finger lime is the feature of the dish.
Alrighty, Larissa, this is your feature ingredient. So we've got some really nice Angelino plums from Rolling Stone, just outside of Perth. So have you thought about what you're going to do for your dessert yet? Or are you waiting until you see your ingredient and take it from there?
I've sort of had an idea.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I want to do sort of like a bomb Alaska.
And how are you going to incorporate the plum into this? Because it really needs to be about the plum.
Yeah.
Yeah? So I know you might have already had this like in your head.
Yeah, but I have to go with what's
Yeah, exactly. This might be a better option.
Okay.
2.5 hours starts right now.
Okay, great, thank you. I think Matt doesn't really like the idea of bomb Alaska. He's concerned that I'm not putting enough plum flavour into this dish, but I still think that I can make it work. I'm really persistent. I really want to get this bomb Alaska. I think it'll be a really nice dish. So my goal is to incorporate that beautiful flavour of plum in a few different ways.
All right, if you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
Service.
Yeah, Nicole.
Nicely cooked beetroot.
You know what? Hero ingredient, beetroot.
Yeah, she's done a good job, hasn't
Fantastic. Barbecued, good sweetness in that beetroot, and just smart flavours, you know, goat cheese, beetroot, they go together.
And I like the idea of using sandalwood nuts. I mean, it's so much more exciting than, say, a hazelnut or a walnut, as we probably would all usually use. So it's certainly a dish that people are going to smile about.
It's the first dish. You don't know what's to come yet.
Well, here's Simon's Marron dish. It's marron with a gelatin wax dressing and an emulsion made of egg yolk and the coral.
I actually can't believe this is Simon's dish.
Yeah.
There's issues in this dish, and he's not the man that brings issues on plates.
Yeah.
You know, he brings delicious, interesting, yummy food, and what we've got here is marron that hasn't been cooked correctly, so it's turned mushy. He had split them beautifully, and then this happens. This aioli emulsion that is garlic heavy.
This is Floor City, isn't it? There's nothing you go wow about. There's nothing to kind of go bang about.
So it's Christina's dish.
Yeah.
Duck, a little baby pumpkin that she's roasted, a puree of cauliflower and pumpkin seeds.
It actually looks really good. First look, I'm like, I like it.
Yeah, pretty.
You know, you've got little toasted pumpkin seeds. I think it's really tasty. I think she's done a really good job. Visually, it looks fantastic. But I think they're really lovely, soft, subtle flavours, and I like it.
Here's Tim's French toast with beer wash rind cheese and finger limes.
In terms of a combination of flavour, I do love it.
Cheese and finger lime work great together.
Look, I love it. I think it's really good. It's not complicated. It's very much Tim. If you lined all the dishes up and you said which one's Tim's, I'd pick this one. But I think it's a nice idea, and we asked them to feature their key ingredient for Tim. It was the finger limes, and I think he's done it. I think it's lovely.
It's really going to come down to that final course, that dessert course by Larissa.
Yeah.
And I've got a good feeling about it.
I reckon Larissa's going to do really well.
It's time for service and I don't have a dish right now. this meringue is not what I wanted. It should be smooth and glossy and pipeable to go into that bubble lascar. And right now, it's just looking way too runny.
All right, looks good, chef.
I didn't give up. I kept on pushing through to make sure I get my dessert up ready in time for service.
Service, please.
It's plum and ginger bomb Alaska. It's kind of a plum and ginger bombed out Alaska. It's all the makings, but without the coating.
Yeah.
What we've gotten with this dish from Larissa is, you know, even if she got the coating of meringue over the top, it still wouldn't have made a massive difference.
The plum's not the hero. This is a preconceived idea. I'm going to make a bomb Alaska, and if I can squeeze plum into it, that's what I'm going to do. We've got to pick 2 dishes for that guaranteed place in finals week. I think we knew that Christina was a great dish. But who's the other one? We can wipe out Simon, definitely not. You can wipe out Larissa, definitely not. So Christina, yes. Between the other 2, ping, flip a coin. Who's it going to be? Today, we were looking for the best 2 dishes to join Tessa and Anushka in tomorrow's cook-off for that guaranteed spot in finals week. There was one dish that stood out, Christina.
One spot left in tomorrow's challenge. That goes to Nicole.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I worked so hard today and pushed myself. I'm so happy.
Nicole, beetroot done in 5 different variations. You know, that delicious goat cheese, beautiful dressing, and that great use of sandalwood nuts. It was just delicious. Well done. You know the drill, Nicole. Join the others. Awesome foursome.